I don't think I think Tank will sign that contract.
Damn.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's
Then
like,
you gonna get it on.
yeah.
They throw shots, but they say so. Like he throw shots, and then want to be buddy. You know what I mean? And I feel as though that's don't be like that. If you like that, then stand on that.
On one harsh stipulation, Gervonta Davis is willing to face Shakur Stevenson. At the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas on June 16th, Joint Tank Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, solidified his place among boxing's top fighters with a spectacular 7th-round knockout of Frank Martin. Davis currently has a perfect 30 record with an amazing 28 knockout victories, marking his 5th successful title defense since he won the vacant title by defeating Yuriorkis Gamboa in December 2019. Davis has made a name for himself in the lightweight division as a formidable fighter and knockout artist.
Take some time away. So that's not necessarily on Tank. Regardless if we're talking resumes or not, I think the one thing that Tank has over Shakur is he's actually entertaining to watch. He is a pay-per-view fighter. He does sell pay-per-view fights. Like, people want to see Tank fight. He's exciting. I don't think Shakur Stevenson has that under his belt.
The stakes are higher than ever as Davis prepares for his upcoming challenge. There is a lot of quality in the lightweight division, and Davis has several rivals. The most notable of these is Shakur Stevenson, the current WBC lightweight champion and silver medalist from the 2016 Olympics. In addition to being a fight for unification, a fight between the two would also be a collision of styles. Public interactions between the two fighters have increased interest among spectators by highlighting Davis's destructive power against Stevenson's defensive prowess in this possible clash.
And he'll be 31 time of his retirement. Like, I'm not buying that. I do think there's some truth to what he's saying in terms of, like, I buy that he wants to just step away. There's a lot of fights we're potentially missing out on. And today, this is noteworthy, but he dismissed Shakur Stevenson as somebody who's accomplished nothing in boxing. Their resumes they're not like terribly far apart in terms of quality of opposition, things of that nature. Like, Tank's been in our lives a lot longer, but Shakur Stevenson rose to prominence very quickly. And I think, like, that's a
Gervonta Davis has several intriguing potential opponents beyond Shakur Stevenson, including Teofimo Lopez, the WBO junior welterweight champion, and William Zappa, an undefeated rising star from Mexico. Each presents unique challenges, but Stevenson stands out as the most significant matchup, offering both legacy-building potential and the excitement fans crave. Stevenson, an undefeated fighter, is widely regarded as one of the most technically skilled boxers today. A 2016 Olympic silver medalist, he has ascended through the ranks with precision, relying on sharp defensive skills and exceptional ring IQ to neutralize opponents. His style contrasts sharply with Davis's aggressive, power-based approach, making a potential fight between the two a fascinating tactical chess match. Stevenson has made it clear that he wants to face Davis, challenging him publicly and expressing confidence in his ability to win. This matchup would not only be a defining moment for Davis, but also a thrilling contest for boxing fans worldwide.
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I think Tank will sign that contract.
Damn.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's
Then
like,
you gonna get it on.
A potential unification fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson is a highly anticipated clash that could not only draw massive attention, but also elevate both fighters' careers to new heights. For Davis, defeating Stevenson would silence critics who argue that he hasn't consistently faced elite-level opponents throughout his career. A victory would affirm his position as one of the best fighters in the lightweight division, showcasing his ability to dominate a technically skilled fighter like Stevenson. For Stevenson, a win over Davis would have even more significant implications. It would make him the undisputed king of the lightweight division, adding an unexpected twist to the narrative of his career. A fight between these two undefeated, title-holding fighters would create a narrative that could define the era of lightweight boxing for years to come. However, the road to making this highly anticipated fight a reality is fraught with complications, both inside and outside the ring. Davis, who has been a rising star in boxing due to his knockout-heavy style and undefeated record, has recently hinted at retiring after 3 more fights in 2025. This announcement has sparked speculation among fans and analysts alike about Davis's motivations. Some view his comments as a negotiation tactic designed to put pressure on potential opponents, or to add leverage in upcoming contractual talks. Others see it as a genuine indication that Davis is growing frustrated with the demands of maintaining his status as one of the top fighters in the sport. His comments were delivered with a tone of discontent, which suggests he may be grappling with the challenges of staying at the pinnacle of boxing, where the pressure to continually perform against top competition can take its toll. If Davis follows through with his plans to retire, it would deprive fans of the opportunity to witness a potential showdown with Stevenson, which many consider one of the most exciting matchups in recent memory. Retirement, however, could have a significant impact on Davis's legacy. While he has already accomplished a great deal in his career, stepping away from the sport without facing Stevenson or other top-tier opponents like Teofimo Lopez could leave lingering questions about how he would have fared against the very best of his era. Fans and analysts would undoubtedly wonder how Davis would have performed in a fight that would define his career against someone who is considered by many to be his most dangerous challenger. Not facing Stevenson could leave some doubting whether Davis could truly claim the title of being the best in the lightweight division. On the other hand, if the fight between Davis and Stevenson does materialize, there are several significant hurdles to overcome in the negotiation process. One such issue is the possibility that Davis might demand a rehydration clause, a common but controversial practice in boxing. These clauses are designed to limit a fighter's weight gain after the weigh-in, which some argue can affect a fighter's performance and even compromise their health. If Davis insists on such a clause, it could lead to a contentious negotiation and may even threaten to derail the fight. Another possible sticking point is Davis's potential demand for a larger share of the purse. As a well-established pay-per-view draw, Davis has significant leverage in negotiations, and he could argue that his status as a star in the sport warrants a greater cut of the earnings from the bout. Any disagreement over purse splits or other terms could jeopardize what is already one of the most highly anticipated matchups in recent boxing history. Adding another layer of complexity to the negotiations is Stevenson's reported stance on the deal. According to reports, Stevenson has refused a one-fight deal and instead is requesting a multi-fight agreement. This request, revealed by Showtime's Steven Espinoza, raises questions about Stevenson's approach to securing high-profile bouts. While a multi-fight deal offers more financial security and stability in the long term, it also complicates negotiations with fighters like Davis, who hold considerable power and are less likely to agree to such terms. Davis has already responded dismissively to Stevenson's demands, stating that Stevenson is not worth the type of deal he is seeking. Davis has implied that Stevenson needs more experience at the highest level before stepping into the ring with someone of his caliber, despite Stevenson already holding a world title. This dismissive attitude might be part of a negotiating tactic, but it also risks alienating fans who are eager to see the fight happen. Davis's comments have created a sense of tension, as many believe that Stevenson has already proven himself to be one of the top fighters in the division. In addition to the contractual disputes, there is also an ongoing personal tension between the two fighters. Davis recently voiced his frustration with what he perceives as contradictory behavior from Stevenson. According to Davis, Stevenson has acted boldly on social media, talking tough online, but has displayed a different attitude in private. Davis recounted an instance where Stevenson reportedly visited his locker room after posting harsh comments about him on Twitter, asking for a photo. Davis took issue with this, stating, "Don't be like that. If you're like that, then stand on that." This incident highlights Davis's belief that Stevenson has been inconsistent in his public persona, expecting more authenticity from the young fighter. Davis's comments suggest that he is challenging Stevenson to live up to his online persona and demonstrate the same boldness in real-life interactions, particularly when it comes to stepping into the ring for their much-discussed bout. Despite the tension, the fight between Davis and Stevenson remains a tantalizing prospect for boxing fans. Both men are undefeated, and their championship statuses add to the allure of the matchup. The clash of their contrasting personalities and fighting styles only increases the stakes. However, with potential issues related to negotiations, contractual demands, and personal tensions, the path to making this fight a reality is anything but straightforward. The longer it takes to resolve these issues, the greater the risk that fans may be deprived of a defining fight that could cement the legacy of one of these two fighters as the undisputed king of the lightweight division.
You and Shakur had some back and forth going. I'm talking about some serious back. This is the first time I ever seen Tank listen, this might have been the first time I seen my Tank from Baltimore come out. Nigga said, what up, buzz all the niggas? I was like,
Cause it's like I wasn't really on no like speaking on other people's name type stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people they
The verbal sparring between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson has intensified the already heated landscape of boxing. Recently, Davis took aim at Stevenson, dismissing his accomplishments by saying, "What has Shakur done? What has he done in sports? He has done nothing." These remarks have fueled the tension between two of the most promising fighters in the lightweight division. Stevenson, known for his slick defense and strategic prowess, responded confidently to Davis's critique, emphasizing his skills and achievements while expressing interest in a future fight. Despite the jab, Stevenson remains unbothered, reinforcing his belief in his ability to succeed at the highest level. On the other hand, Davis's comments highlight his confidence in his own abilities, backed by his reputation as a devastating knockout artist and a substantial fan base. The exchange is about more than just egos. It underscores the fierce competition within the sport of boxing. Both Davis and Stevenson have strong followings, and a potential matchup between them is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated events in the sport. Stevenson, who recently moved to the lightweight division, is stepping into the territory where Davis has established himself as one of the best. This makes the prospect of a fight between them increasingly plausible. The verbal back and forth is adding intrigue to a potential showdown, building anticipation for what could be a career-defining battle. Rivalries like this are what boxing thrives on, and this one has all the ingredients of a classic: two highly skilled fighters, bold trash talk, and the promise of high stakes. As of now, fans can only speculate whether these words will lead to action in the ring. If
You with Shakur before you go?
for what? Like who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. The Keyshawn looking way more better than this nigga.
So you
I
rather-
keep screaming this nigga name. He haven't done nothing.
You rather fight
Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those might
Keep
be
saying his name
afraid?
for.
So what do you say to those who
they do, it would be a chance for both fighters to solidify their legacies and prove their greatness. Enormous Tank in response to rumors of a future bout. Davis has continued to minimize Shakur Stevenson's threat, rejecting his technique as inadequate to deal with actual strength in the ring. After all that boxing, what will he do if he gets hit? Asked Davis. Tank's reputation as one of the most powerful punchers in the sport gives him confidence, wondering if Stevenson's ability to defend would be able to handle his pressure. In this challenge, Tank bets on strength to overcome Shakur's technical skill, highlighting the stylistic difference between the two. Fans avidly debate the conclusion of their conflict.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30, or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you? All that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you going to get hit. What you gonna do when you get